Volk came out and said that after he won the title, it was at Yair Rodriguez he fought, and his family told him that he should have laid down the gloves in the cage at that moment, and they were kind of like pressing him as to why he didn't do that, because they wanted him to retire with the belt once after he won it last time. What do you guys think about that? Should he have? Was it time?
So going back to the Max situation though, too, is that his wife knows what's going on at home. And I think his and Volk's wife knows what's going on at home. So whether it's, look, my wife can see it too, like a couple little, like, memory slip ups, forgetting. I know people talk about, like, oh, you forgot where you put your keys. So stupid. Yeah, but it's true. It's like not just keys. It's like we're in the middle of a conversation. All of a sudden you're just have no idea what you're talking about. Whoa. Yeah. Like, what were we just talking about? Like, you're having that conversation and it's gone. And you're like, damn, we were just talking about, what were we talking about? I don't know if that's the situation with Volk, but the wife knows, the kids know, the family knows. And she's also looking at the finances and going, hey, we're okay right now. We can do other things. And we don't, like, let's not push the envelope.
Look, you're always going to get two types of, let's just talk about Volk with his wife. You're going to get two types of women. Okay. You're going to get the woman that doesn't really care about the man and is living there for the lifestyle and is living there for the fame and wants him to continue to go forever because they kind of live off of it. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to get the one that, hey, they truly love this man and they see exactly what Josh is talking about. They see him at home. They see the effect that the damage that he's taken. And let's be honest, Volk came out saying, hey, look, I had a whole lot more trouble with the concussion I suffered in the Islam fight than I did with the Topuria fight. Now he's saying that, and you look at it, but it's true. There's fights that, that knockout, it has a true effect on your life and what you're able to remember and what you're able to do and the headaches, the things that occur and you trying to get past it. And all these things that, look at the limelight's great. And to be the champ is great. But if you've been there and you've done it, and now you get to that point where you get it again, I can understand why his family said, hey, enough. This is the time to get out of here. And they don't want to see you get hurt anymore. And they suffer every bit as much as the fighter suffers when things don't go right. It hurts, it's crushing to them because that's someone they love that is being hurt by somebody, and they know what's going to happen when that fight ends. They know exactly the position that fighter is going to be in, how they're going to be depressed, all these things that occur, and I tell you, how many times have you heard, Josh, you've said it with me, we talk to fighters all the time. Look, if you lose a fight, so what? Is your mom going to not love you anymore? Is your wife not going to love you? They are. And you've got to realize that, hey, there's more to life than just getting in a cage and fighting. That's not the most important things.
Yeah, there's a lot that comes along with the damage that you take, and it affects your family for long terms. Now, you brought up a good point when you started the conversation. There's two types of women in this sport. Unfortunately, a lot of the fighters choose the first one.
Oh, yes.
They marry for lust, they marry for looks, they marry for all the wrong reasons. Yeah. And I say that only based on the fact that, like, I've seen a lot of my teammates or a lot of former teammates, that are basically all divorced now, and it's very unfortunate. As soon as the lifestyle stopped, as soon as the traveling stopped, as soon as the Vegas trip stopped, whatever it was, their marriage stopped.
So did the relationship.
Yeah, the relationship stopped. So it sucks. It's unfortunate, but picking the right person, the right partner, is very important to the success throughout your life. Like, there's a lot of NFL players that married the right person, but the men were self-destructive. They decided that they couldn't live their life based off of their income wasn't what it was before. Their life wasn't what it was before. And then they start just self-destructing. They start spending money on dumb things. They start just doing whatever it is. And the wife's there to try to pick them up afterwards. I know a lot of NFL guys that are retired, that their bodies are broken. They did a lot of drugs, or they did a lot of drinking, a lot of alcohol, and they're trying to recover right now. And they've had the same wife the whole time, who's just basically working to help pick them back up, basically to help financially support them. And it's sad because they've burned through, $80 million, $40 million, $30 million.
There's
right?
no way to burn through $80 million.
Oh, they burn through it, John.
No, you're not burning through it. You're just fucking blowing it.
Burning and blowing are the same. If I blow it and I burn it, it all goes away. You know what I mean? Like it really comes down to that they picked the right person that's actually helping them now. There's a lot of mental stuff that goes along with leaving the sport, and we're having this conversation because Dustin's on his last fight. Max talking about retirement. Volkanovski talking about retirement. There's a Justin Gaethje talking about retirement. You have a lot of the changing of the guard right now that we talked about. We're having a hard time leaving these guys behind because they're still able to do it at a high level, but it's also getting close to their time. They're 36, 37, 38 years old and fighting a lighter weight class. It's hard to be competitive against the up-and-comers. Ilia Topuria is proving the younger generation is here to take over right now, and there's other fighters there. Patty Pimblett coming up, making a rise. The old guys, the ones that stars will start to stand out right now. It's just that those older guys are now having a hard time, and they're realizing that it's time for them to step away because these younger guys are getting tougher. They're getting better. And in the meantime, you're staying where you're at and you're not progressing as much as you used to when you were younger, and you're not as fast or as explosive or your body's not as mobile and flexible as it used to be to get yourself out of these positions. So I'm glad that the guys that we've loved watch and will love to watch fight for all these years are seeing it and thinking about it ahead now. Volk, Max, Dustin, Justin, all four of those guys are some of our favorite fighters.
They're legends.
Ever do it. Yeah, yep. All four first ballot Hall of Famers. All four, if they retired this year, they'll go in next year. That's exactly how it'll work. Yeah. So I'm glad that they're seeing it. I'm glad that they're understanding it, and they have the vision of how much longer we can do it. Max was saying he sees another year and a half, maybe two. He wants to get through this contract and talk about maybe another one, but maybe not. We'll see where we're at in the end. So I like where all their heads are at. In terms of Volkanovski and what's going on, his wife sees what's going on at home. I think he understands the reality of it all. Chin can't take what he used to. Those two knockouts, it starts to change you at the age that he's at. So he's right there on that bubble right now. So we'll see who's coming up right now in the 145-pound division and where he may end up being. Because you got Volk. The good thing is that Movsar Evloev, like he's not someone that's going to really try to knock you out. He'll try and take you down and grapple you. Maybe a little.
The guy he's fighting does.
Yeah. So, but you've also got Diego Lopez, you got Yair, you got Arnold Allen, you've got guys that are there, man. Lerone Murphy, you've got guys that are there. They can do some damage. Jean Silva, these are guys that can do some damage. So I could see it happening here in the next year, John. I could see it happening in the next year for Volk.
This episode is brought to you by BetUS. Make sure you guys YouTube 150 for the promo code. Also, Element, use the link in the descriptions down below. Any product you buy from there, they will send you a bonus package of product if you use our link down below. Element's amazing, man. I love it. And I want to say thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support us.